Okay, Mike, you're going to be the first person for the second question. The school system consumes about 47% of the annual budget. How would you plan to keep costs down, stop administrative expansion, build a technical high school, and more closely align school employee benefits with the rest of the working world?
Well, I think we need to look into making sure the money that we spend in the budget now gets to where it's desperately needed in the classroom and to the teachers. I think the administration is far too top-heavy here in Cecil County, and I think we need to look into that. We spend a lot of money on education. It makes up a significant amount of the budget, as you said, but I would be there to make sure that it gets to where it's desperately needed into the classroom. So, thank you.
Thank you. Brian?
Thank you. The maintenance of effort, and I'll be the first to know, when I ran, I wasn't entirely educated on what the maintenance of effort was, which comes down from the state that says what you have to give the school system. So if you want to change the maintenance of effort, we got to go back to Annapolis. A lot of people that are out in the audience and everywhere, we got to cut the school, we got to cut the school. We've seen it for 4 years. They do a pretty good job with what they spend. I know the school board is the one that has to come to us. It's not the Cecil County Commissioners, the school board. I see some candidates here for the school board tonight. They're the ones that have to look at Booth Street and everywhere else. I will support the school system in any way I can. I think they do spend the money the way it should be. And it's embarrassing sometimes when I run into taxpayers that think, oh, let's just cut the school budget. Well, you can't. It's federally mandated, state mandated. It's called maintenance of effort. So if you have to do something, we got to do it statewide, federal-wise. And I'm sure Dr. Roberts probably is going to be able to educate me later after today. But the 47%, they do a good job with the 47%.
Thank you. Mike, would you like to respond?
Sure.
I agree with the point about the school board, but I also think the commissioners need to exercise their oversight abilities in looking over the budget, and not just occasionally they become a rubber stamp for what the administration requests. And I think you need a strong hand in there at the commissioners to make sure that the money is being spent efficiently and wisely. So, thanks.
Thank you. Brian?
There's no sense in beating a dead horse. It's called maintenance of effort. Thank you.
Okay. Brian, question number 3 goes to you first. Cecil County's latest recorded unemployment rate is 10.5%, almost 1% higher than a year ago. At the local level, what specific actions would you take to improve the economic situation in Cecil County?
I'm sure those numbers don't have the 300 plus jobs we have at the Perryville Casino that have already they've been hired. The job situation across America is also very, very tough. The Cecil County, with the opening of the casino, probably will set all other counties' records this year as far as new hires, which is sad. So we'd like to say the commissioners brought the casino in, but the taxpayers did by voting it here. So as long as the casino, they want to do another 1,000 games if it works out, which is another 300 employees, and I will support them any way I can.
Thank you. Mike, would you like me to repeat?
Sure, go ahead.
Cecil County's latest recorded unemployment rate is 10.5%, almost 1% higher than a year ago. At the local level, what specific actions would you take to improve the economic situation in Cecil County?
Sure. One of the main tenets of my platform is we need to create new private sector jobs here in Cecil. I think we need to look at creating a business-friendly environment here where we encourage local business and also give incentives for new businesses to come in. I think we can do that by lowering taxes and cutting burdensome regulations, and I think we can manage to do that. Thanks.
Thanks. Brian, would you like to respond?
So we're going to lower taxes and cut burdensome regulations. No comment.
Mike, would you like to respond?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Question 4, you're first, Mike.
Sure.
This is a long question.
Okay.
President Obama issued the Chesapeake Bay Protection and Restoration Executive Order in May 2009 for states impacting the bay, requiring that they create a plan to limit pollution by sediments, nitrogen, and phosphorus. In September 2010, Maryland released a draft proposal that impacts the agricultural sector, future development, and retrofitting of homeowner septic systems that are within 1,000 feet of streams. What are your thoughts about this proposal, and how do you propose that the county pay for oversight requirements? I can repeat if you two would like.
No, that's fine. I think the farmers and the business owners in Virginia already are fighting this issue. I am concerned about the executive mandate, and I think the county and the state are already looking into ways to fight this. I think it has a negative impact on farmers and other landowners, and really, I am concerned about the cost, and I would hope that the county and state can work together and fight this. I think we don't need to have unfunded federal mandates, executive mandates.
Thank you, Brian.
I agree, the mandates that are coming down are going to be very costly. Being born and raised in Cecil County, Maryland, I want to be there when, like, the Orr farms and all those farmers, either the commissioners or somebody from the state comes in to explain to them that they have to put a fence on both sides of their stream to keep the cows from walking through. At that point, that would be very comical to watch the state walk on one of our Cecil County farmers and tell them they've got to do that. I don't envision how they're going to make these stringent implementations through the county, and I agree with Mr. Dunn that we're going to have to fight it. I don't know if fight is a good word, but at least voice our concerns. But once again, with a lot of state implementations that come down, we may have to enforce it. And it's a terrible thing sitting here as a county commissioner, but if they tell you you have to do something, you have to do something. But we have a task force working on it now, and we are trying to have our voice to them.
Thank you. Mike, would you like to respond?
No, I concur.
Okay. Brian, would you like to respond to yourself?
Yep. It's like being married. Yes, it no.
All right. Thank you very much, Brian and Michael.
Thank you.